lobbies. And you have to ask yourself, this Bilderberg meeting where all these people come and they decide the price of oil. Oil is supposed to be a commodity, and nobody can control it because it's on the market, right? Yet he just said, they said last year it was at $36, it's at 76, it's going to go to 150. And I saw this video, and it went to 150, it had never been above 176 bucks, right? Who the hell on this planet could predict a doubling of a commodity in that period of time when it's never happened? No, that video told me that there's complete control of the pricing of oil to the dollar, right? And Daniel Eshler later on went to another meeting and found out that they're going to drop it out right afterwards and bring it down to like $30. And that also happened. And this guy should be a billionaire, he should play the market, I don't know why it doesn't. So that tells me that the information is correct. Statistically, Paul and Lindsay given his pronouncements and what may have happened. And then it tells me that this thing called Bilderberg has total control over the markets. And they determine what happens to our economies. And that tells me that somebody called these guys there to meet. Who's that? So that tells me that there's a pyramid structure in control of our whole economy and everything that happens. So that's what the New World Order is about. It's about this control group having control over society and over everything in our lives, right? So we get through that, and that's the whole deal. That's the end of part 1. Let's skip through that. Oh, by the way, this is the map of the world. Notice the different United States commander regions. Why does a U.S. government have a command region in Asia? They're not Asians, right? This is how far the New World Order goes. They've got a map of the world, they divvied it up, and they have U.S. commanders in charge of other regions of the planet. And, So, one thing I want to take out of that, though, is from my perspective, when I look at a company and stuff, we have systems and we have leadership and we have people. And our society is the same way. We have the systems under which we live that have now been corrupted, that's clear as can be. We have a pathological leadership, and look at people using DE weapons and stuff like that, you can see. And so we have this general population. So we have to work on the two components that are us, and that's the leadership and the system. And for me, is you have to push it backwards, right? Leadership determines the system, and it affects the people, and the people elect the leadership. But in order to affect the leadership, you have to kick back the system and make modifications to it to change the leadership. And I'm going to get into how we do that next. So that's the end of part 1. And part 2 of the book is all about changing our social system, right? We have a system that was designed down in the United States in 1776. The thinking came prior to that, and it hasn't evolved. And we're evolving as a group so fast it isn't even funny. Technologically, we're not keeping up from a social organization perspective. I say here that some of the material in the book has the capacity to put a squirrel and speed to sleep. And that's one of the reasons why I made the book so big and why there's a whole first section, because it's interesting. This second section is business stuff. It's how we organize, it's political science kind of stuff. It is dry as can be normally. So I'm hoping that putting it in with this context, it makes people want to pay attention, and maybe there's a certain urgency to actually act and pay attention now to this normally very dry material. But I have lots of confidence because when I look at business execution systems in our private sector, is we can do amazing things, absolutely astonishing things. I look at these power plants, nuclear plants, aircraft, and what we're capable of. It's absolutely fascinating. And in the TV world, in the media world, we kept getting pushed that it's all about competition. Competition is healthy. We know that monopolies cause problems, but it's not the end all. We collaborate first as human beings. We as a species are here because as human beings we collaborate. We'd all be dead. You take me, put me butt naked in Quebec in January, I'm not going to survive very long, right? We survive because everybody's doing a task of collaborating, creating a synergy. And we keep getting pushed this mantra of competition. But for me, the key is pushing on the collaborative aspect. Because when I look at the evolution of our technology alone, a couple guys in a garage can design a phone and can make it into a product and put it to market. Today, that thing has just evolved completely, right? I've got in my pocket, and so do most of you, a device that connects you to the knowledge of the world. You have in your pocket every bit of access to every bit of knowledge the planet has. It's absolutely fascinating. You have GPS, you have cameras, and everything else. And that comes to fruition because there are absolutely hundreds of thousands of people working together. You know, your little smartphone has so much technology, you have so many different alloys, each alloy is mine, each alloy is fine, each alloy is